Hello and welcome to IT Security Labs. Today we're going to complete a machine called Services from Tryhackme. This is a great machine because I'm going for the OSEP OSCP exam. I'm also studying Sector 7 malware development, so I need to practice more Windows. So Tryhackme is giving me that machine called Services as a way to practice another Windows machine. So I'm not sure what's here, but first I can ping my IP address here and I can see that it's working. So let's see if we can break in here as fast as we can. Okay, so we are running nmap-sv-sc on the IP address. Let's see what ports are open and we'll come back and interrogate this. Okay, so after a while, we see that our machine is done. This looks like a Windows machine with 389, which is RDP, and 88 for Kerberos and all that stuff. We also have a website here. We can visit the site, but I think we need to target AD. But anyway, we can get users. In this case, we need a user, we need a password. So enumeration phase now. Let's look all the way at the bottom. See if we get any info. Nothing? Okay. Let's modify our Etsy host file and add the domain. So here, we need to add 10.10 services. Go back here. Okay, so after we see that we have our nmap results, we visit the site here. We can browse through the site to see what it's all about. Let's go to About Us. And here's our team. Here's the CEO, marketing, sales. So these are the users already. We just need to find out what is the format for the usernames. And here it says j.services. So we can actually use these first initial last name as username. So let's copy these. I guess jdo, jrock, wmasters, jlarusso. So those are users. Let's create them. Nano users.text, and let's just type all those three. Okay, so we now have our users here. Okay, let's use MSF console. Let's use Metasploit for brute force. If we go here, we can find documentation on how we can use that. We can enumerate more domain users. And lucky enough for this one, if we can get it to work, we can actually get password hashes that we can crack. We can even use cape roasting as well, like rep roasting if they are there. Then we can use hashcat. But for now, let's see if this is going to work. So here's the syntax. Let's make sure that we create that for ourselves. So here we need to change the IP address, 10.10.140.148. The domain is going to services.local. And users is going to be /root users.text. Okay, that's our syntax. Going back here, here's our Metasploit. Okay, but before we run that, we're going to need to tell Metasploit to use this one. Is it auxiliary? Like that. Okay, now that it's done, let's run that. Following failed, validate user file. Okay, there we go. Oh, perfect. That was quick. So after we run it against our users, we see jrock does not require pre-authentication, so it did keep roasting for us. And we got a hash starting from here. So okay, so once we crack the password, as you can see, it's serviceworks1. So we need to sign in using if-winrm and that password and see if we can get in. Okay, so signing in with if-winrm is if-winrm -i 10.10. For the user, -u, it's going to be this j.rock, and password will have it prompted to us. Just have it. It's asking us for a password, and we need this one. Serviceworks1. If-winrm, get us in. Password, let's paste that. Let's see if it works. If it doesn't work, we might try SMB, but in this case, let's see. All right, we're in. So the machine name is services. So I'm assuming there's like uncoded service path or anything like that. Where am I? Slash or privs. All right, so here, let's check the memberships here. Server operators. This is interesting. Remote management users, that's fine. Authenticated users. Server operators, that's interesting. So I think server operators can manipulate services. Okay, server operators group, privilege escalation. Looks like a thing on the internet. Okay, hacking articles tells us here. So all we have to do is just probably follow through. Okay, so we signed in. That's good. Server operators, check services. See if any services allow us to modify them. That's what they're doing here. In exploitation 1, we can transfer netcat.exe binary to compromise hosting, change the binary path of the service, how it works, upload netcat, then we can abuse the service. Method 2, we are going to use metaparator reverse shell binary instead of using netcat. Let's create MSF venm shell.exe. Okay. Once we create a reverse shell binary, upload it to the compromise host. So we can find whichever service. So either way. Here's a bunch of services. Privilege is set. So we see that if it says true, we can tell which services they are, and false. Okay, so let's generate a reverse shell for ourselves here. And let's modify. In this case, we have access to this ADWS. So what we can do here is we can change the default path of the service. Instead of being here, we can point it to our own payload. So here I'm going to just set up Metasploit, revshells.com. Here we need to put our IP address of our Kali, which is this one. I'm gonna generate this very quickly. Let's add an extra 4 here. Let's go and say it's going to be MSF Venom. It's a stageless payload. So let's generate that. So this is going to be reverse.exe. Let's make sure that there is no reverse.exe here. All right. There is reverse.exe. Let's upload reverse.exe using this one. Okay, upload reverse.exe. Ooh, upload /root. All right, I think that's the correct upload path. And it's uploading. Successfully uploaded. Let's do an ls. There it is. Okay, so according to our document here, once we upload that, we can set the path, sc config, then the path in this case for our payload, start and stop the service. So we're going to say the service that we found earlier. It was ADWS. So the binary here, we're going to send it to our j.rock and file was reverse.exe. Okay, before we run that, let's make sure that we have a listener, which is listening here on 443. So let's see if it works. Run it. Okay, so we just changed the path there. We actually need to stop and start the service. sc exe stop ADWS. Now let's start. When it starts with our reverse shell, and let's check here. If everything works, we should get a reverse shell here. Oh, it's taking forever. Let's see if it starts. Okay, so the service did not start. Okay, so for whatever reason, it's not starting. See users rock reverse.exe. Okay, so if it doesn't want to start and stop the service, let's change this part here. So instead of changing the path, we can also run a command like a command here, like net user j.rock administrators. We want to add to administrators/add. Okay, let's see if we can just add ourselves to the administrators and get the flag. Okay, so the proper syntax is net local group administrators jrock add. Let's see if we can just tell them to do that. You see, that's the command I wanted to do. Net local group adminis. Oh, look at that. It's not even a real group. I need to reset that. So let me make sure that I do that. SC config AWS bin path for group administrators add. But it should still work. And back. Who am I? /o or privs, whatever you want to do. Built-in administrators. It looks like I am in the built-in administrators. Let's do that one more time. Net user j.rock. Yeah, we are now part of the administrator. Wait a second. So I don't have permissions here. Can I just change the password then for the administrator? Let's try that. Net user administrator. And then password is going to be password with an exclamation mark. Okay. Let's get out of here. Let's come back as an administrator. If this works, we have completed. There we go. Now if I do a dir, let's go to desktop. Dir. Here's root.txt. Okay. So we learned how to mess with the services. In this case, I couldn't restart my service successfully with my new reverse shell. So I did not get any reverse shells, but I don't know why. So I found root, the administrator flag. Okay, that's correct. Now we need to find the other flag. Users. So jrock is the user flag. All right. That was a cool way of just learning some Windows stuff, and we were practicing. If you like this stuff, please remember to like and subscribe. Otherwise, thank you very much for being here, and I hope to see you next time.